Back in 2016, Andrea Palacio had a stable corporate job, and she walked away from it because she barely saw the people she loved. She bought an e-commerce company, sold it for 7 figures, and took her next step, which was buying a boring business, a landscaping company. But that time away from family in 2016, that happened again when she bought this company. She ended up working more than she ever had in corporate. She hired 5 virtual assistants, all failed, paid a developer $700 for a simple phone system. 5 months later, he delivered something broken. So she taught herself. No tech background, just YouTube and grit. She built her own AI voice receptionist, automated the follow-ups, the invoicing, the client updates. Today, that business does over $1 million a year and runs so well without her that when someone offered to buy it, she said no. I'm Ryan Atkinson, and you're listening to the Alpha Podcast, where we interview entrepreneurs to hear their advice on how you can start a business too. So excited to welcome Andrea today to talk all about systemizing AI automation. So Andrea, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, Ryan. Super excited to be here.
Let's kind of tell the story about first, what do you do? And let's kind of dive into like your background. So first, what do you do right now?
So right now, I help business owners solve their problems with artificial intelligence. So whether that's lead generation, they don't have the right systems, so they are limited by their capacity. I help them build the right systems, automations, and how to delegate to AI certain tasks in the business that are maybe manual or repetitive. And yeah, just basically solving all those problems.
Well, yeah, excited to get into it today. But let's before we do that, I want to hear more about like the landscaping company that you acquired and like how did that like really set you up to like do what you're doing now?
Yeah, of course. So the landscaping company, we acquired that company back in 2023. My background had just been, I graduated from college, graduated from international business, management information systems. We started an e-commerce business in 2016 because I feel like I'm not spending time with my husband, who I had just married. And we do that for a good 7 years. And we decided to sell that business because we want to expand our professional life, our careers, and just grow financially. And so we decided to sell the e-commerce business and acquire a landscaping company. And we do that by using an SBA loan. When we acquire the landscaping company, the seller steals from us, the manager just quits and tells everybody else that we're not going to make it to just find another job. Our revenue drops from $70,000 per month down to $40,000 per month. We go from 12 employees down to 2 employees, and we basically lose all of our top customers. And as we're going through that situation, I'm pregnant with my second son, and my first son is only a 7-8 month old, like maybe 9 months at that time. So it was the hardest time of my life when we were going through that pressure, the level of exhaustion. It was just a lot. And so I find AI as a way to just help me solve my own business problems and help me get out of what I had been dealing with.
That's why I'm excited for today's because I think with like my own personal company, there's so much room for like AI automation. My stepdad also has a flooring business. Oh, he probably doesn't even know what AI like stands for. So I'm excited to like think about like what we could do today. So let's kind of start there. So if someone comes to you, they're in the home service industry specifically, let's call it, hey, Andrea, I want to do AI automation, but like where the heck do I start? What's like the first thing you would audit for them?
Yeah, for sure. So the first thing I like to ask people is identify exactly where's their time going. Like we need to do an energy audit, a time audit to know exactly what you're doing every single week. And from there, we started identifying what are those manual tasks that you're doing or things that are constantly repetitive, right? That's kind of the first thing that I like to do. And then the second question that I like to ask is, okay, do we have enough leads coming in, right? Because usually you'll find that companies that are maybe less than, 700, 600,000, maybe even less than that, 500,000. The struggle for them is just that they don't have a marketing engine that's generating leads automatically, right? And so that's where we want to focus on is, okay, let's put together an engine that is going to just run the business and so that you get a lot of leads. And the way you do this with AI is you can either have AI helping you with your content generation. That's the way it helps me with my AI consulting agency now, or the way that it helps in our landscaping company, which we still own. It's managed by my husband now, but we just have AI run all of our ads. And so when AI is running our ads, we have our spend is way lower and it's super optimized so that we really get a lot of leads for the bare minimum, right?
Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, I want to ask about that because I'm trying to hack like LinkedIn ads and I'm doing like the worst job probably like possible for that. So walk us through more about like the AI ad strategy because I'm super intrigued in that and ads is such a great way to get customers. So what the heck is this? Yeah.
We have been running Google Ads. In fact, like when I mentioned that we lost our top clients, business started dropping, we started doing Google Ads and we lost about $11,000 just trying to learn Google Ads, which was really hard at the time. I didn't know that AI could actually run our ads. So fast forward, I would say maybe a year, a little bit more than that, we started implementing AI on how it can help us run our ad strategy. And right now, I can tell you that AI just literally goes into our campaign. So we have connected it with Claude, Anthropic, and AI is able to analyze all of your campaigns, see exactly, maybe you don't have the right landing page connected. Maybe your keywords in your landing page, the words you're using are not matching the keywords that you're running ads for. It will tell you everything that you need to know in order for you to be able to optimize your strategy and just be able to pay a lower cost per click. So
that is like so crazy. So walk us through a little bit more about this step. So we got Google Ads. I'm running Google Ads on the side, and people can do their own research on like the keyword strategy. But you then connect it to like a Claude, and then basically that'll optimize it for you.
Right. So we are connecting Claude directly to Google Ads. We are connecting it and having it do a full analysis. And then we are just optimizing it every week, asking you questions. Hey, how are things going? It's giving us a report automatically. We have an application where we know the exact numbers. We know how profitable they are, how our conversion rates. We know exactly where we can improve. So we are not playing blind. And most importantly, we're not paying an agency that doesn't, I hate to say this, but the reality is that I have worked with agencies in the past with lead generation agencies, and you're paying them maybe $3,000, $4,000 a month just to manage your ads, plus the ad spend, right? And it's not their money, so it doesn't really hurt them, right? They try to make it as profitable as possible, but the reality is that they have a lot of clients, and so it might be hard for them to manage things. And so AI can actually do that for you, and you stay on top of things, and you know exactly what's going on in your business. You know the numbers, you know the metrics, and now it's easier for you to just measure things.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So the person again comes here, they say, okay, so my time, you need to get the lead set up. So that's one way to do it. What's the content aspect of that as well? Because it's leads and marketing is everything for a company, like actually getting leads in. So I really want to hit this home for our audience.
100%. So when I started my AI company, I wasn't running any ads and I didn't have any leads. And so it was really hard to get started the first couple of months when I started the company. I stepped away from the landscaping company and I was just like frustrated the first couple of months. So I started doing content and it started kind of taking off. And then like, okay, how do I automate this process, right? And so now I have AI helping me in the entire personal brand strategy. So I'll give you a couple examples. I have AI just doing the research for me on videos that will really pop off. I have AI helping me write my scripts based on my voice. It knows everything about me. It probably knows more about me than I know about myself, right? Like it literally just has my voice, my patterns, the way I act, everything completely dialed down. Based on that, it writes my scripts. And then I just record them myself. I used to have my AI clone do them, but I felt like it just doesn't transfer the same level of energy that I do because I move my hands and I'm very, just kind of loud.
I get a sense for that. Yeah.
So I said, let me just record my own videos. Then once it does that, we send them to the video editor. So AI is my video editor. It edits my videos, removes the silences, removes the repeated words, and it then gives it to my executive assistant who reviews the videos and then just kind of fixes the things that it's still like not perfect. And then he sends them to me to approve them. Once I approve them, we just set them on the schedule and they go out to 7 different platforms automatically with one single click of like a date, putting a date, goes out to Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, and Threads. So that's the social media strategy type of things. And then we also have obviously me being here on podcasts. It's my AI agent that's reaching out to podcasts that I could relate to. And it's pitching me as a guest. So that's why I'm here today.
So crazy. That is so like amazing. Like that's all just like ran through AI. I'm like actually pretty jealous because like I feel like my AI strategy could be like a lot better there.
Are you working a 9-to-5 but dream of entrepreneurial freedom? Look no further than the Upflip Academy, the #1 entrepreneurial platform with 20 plus step-by-step courses taught by active business owners, live workshops, hands-on skill training, a business idea database, and a thriving entrepreneur community to keep you accountable. Click the link in the description below to join the Upflip Academy today and make this the year you stopped dreaming and started building your business without guesswork.
And then, so for a home service provider, like for a landscaping company, let's just make that example. Are those still like the two primary ways you would use it to actually generate like leads for a home service company?
Yeah, and using meta ads as well. So which is the meta ad strategy is the same type of strategy as you would with Google Ads. You can also use AI to do outreach on your behalf. It's also an option. You could have AI do outreach. Like, this is what I tell my home service clients. Like, if you're doing B2C, you can't find the personal information of your actual residential clients, right? But what you can do is you can partner with, let's say, cleaning companies. You can partner with people that are doing window installations. So you have AI do the research of people that are in your area, and they are actually servicing your exact client, your ideal client. So let's say you focus on, on our end, we focus on high-end properties in the Fort Lauderdale area. So reaching out to companies that are servicing those same customers and just sending them outreach emails so we can build some type of referral system or partner strategy that will ultimately get us more leads.
Amazing. All right. So someone's listening. All right. I got the leads. I'm actually like flooded with leads. I'm going to start bringing some clients on. And so I need something for like client experience and ops. What are some like the first things that someone should start to like look to implement when it comes to like client experience and ops?
Great question. So when we first acquired the landscaping company, we were just losing all of these clients. It was so bad. The first automation that we created, which was a life changer, was just automatically sending pictures to every single client after each service with notes from the crew, exact timestamps, before and after pictures. So they knew we had done the job. They knew we had done the job right. And most importantly, which is also part of the marketing engine, is sending them a link, letting them know, hey, your service was just completed. Can you give us feedback? Was it a good service? Was it a bad service? And so once we do that, right, they receive that link. And if they feel comfortable, they like the experience, it was good service, they will go straight to Google. When you have a home service business, your Google reviews are everything, right? So they're everything. So you need to be getting reviews automatically, like on the go, right? So when you set up that automation where you automatically are getting reviews from your clients, as soon as the client service has ended, they're now go post a review. Now, if they have a complaint, they fill out a form. So they also let you know the exact issues and you can address them before they become a problem or some type of cancellation of the recurring service. So that would be the solution on how to improve client satisfaction.
What's the software that you use for customer testimonials? I was actually talking to said stepdad about, they need more customer testimonials. Again, I don't even know if you know what AI stands for, which is kind of funny. I'm obviously joking, but yeah.
Tell him to contact me. He needs to figure this out.
Yeah, no, but like, what is like, is it like all through like Claude you're doing this automation, or like what software or tools you're using for that customer
Yeah,
feedback?
so all I do is I use Claude. So basically we use our CRM that we use for our home service business is Jobber. So Jobber is really good for, cleaning companies, any type of home service business. I use Jobber. They don't automatically send links to people to get reviews or automatically send pictures. So it's something that we had to automate. When I first started learning about AI, the first automation, I did it through a tool that's called make.com. It's the simple version of Claude. It's like an automation platform, way more simple. You just kind of like drag and drop modules. So that's how that was built, that first one. Now I do everything with Claude. I'm a Claude Code fan, and that's all I use.
Yeah. So are you the one that's actually like Claude coding? Like you're legit the one Claude coding all of this here?
Oh, that's me. I don't live anywhere else. Like right now, I could show you a picture of my 1, 2, 3, 4 screens, and they're like half of them are Claude Code.
Wait, that's so funny. I feel like I get ADHD just from 2 screens here. Okay. So what are some other like manual busy work that people could be doing? So the reviews is obviously a huge one, but what are some other manual busy work items?
So I was having to manually call clients to follow up on invoices because they had not paid. We would charge, at the beginning of the month, but still some people wouldn't pay. So I built an AI receptionist that passed to invoices automatically. So we sent text messages, we sent emails automatically, but we also then call them, right? So we call them 3 different times. It has a completely different script that it's following depending on how long it has been since they have not processed their payment. And so, the first one's more friendly. The second one was like, hey, what's going on? Is there an issue why you haven't paid? The third one is like, hey, we're going to cancel your service and it's going to be suspended because we haven't heard from you type of thing. So that was very helpful. The other automations is like the one that answers our phone was ringing nonstop. And so here's the crazy part is that a lot of people, they're spending so much money on ads trying to get leads. And the second that lead is calling you, you don't answer. So they go to your competitor because they need their problem solved right now, not tomorrow, not in 5 hours, not in an hour where you
Right now.
like they need it now, right? And so that is an opportunity cost if you are taking that extra time to get back to them. So building that AI receptionist that answers every single phone call, building that AI receptionist that books the appointment directly in our calendar and gives them a specific date on when we're going to be there to give them an estimate or provides a quote automatically, right? That changes everything because now they feel taken care of. They don't need to go to anybody else and they are satisfied.
Yeah. So the one pushback that I feel people will say is, oh my gosh, like people are going to tell that it's like AI, but like, is that something like common feedback you get? Like, why do you have an AI bot like calling me? Because I feel people would push back. So I do want to answer that.
For sure. For sure. So there's definitely a lot of people that don't like AI because we've been used to communicating with humans for years, like all of our lives,
Our whole
right?
life.
And
Yeah.
our whole lives. Yeah. So now we're suddenly starting to learn that we can also communicate with robots. So a lot of people don't feel comfortable with this. Mind you, I also have a lot of people that are like, they're just older and they don't even notice that this is AI. Maybe because they don't know that it's a thing that's possible. So they don't even notice this is AI. And they're just, oh, thank you for being so friendly. I am so glad to hear that you're helping me out, right?
Wow.
So you get the type of customer that doesn't realize it. You get the customer that knows it and they're just frustrated. And then you have a third type of customer. Your third type of customer is a customer that's grateful that you even had this in the first place because they know that otherwise it would go straight to voicemail. So when you have that customer, what we do is we don't have it handle all of our calls. We have our executive assistant who answers the phone whenever he's available and then he can, solve the issue for the client. So we do like half and half. You don't have to necessarily have AI answer all of your calls, but you want to make sure that when you don't have a human available, you have AI answering them because you're losing the opportunity to get leads that you are already paying for.
Exactly. Yeah, that's really good. And then also for that invoicing piece, is there a world where like it automatically like sends the invoices?
Yeah. So what we do is the AI agent just tells it like, hey, do you want to process the payment right now? They say yes. It's going to send a text message with the link because it doesn't take payments over the phone, but it will send them the link where they can process the payment just by clicking the link in their client portal.
That is interesting. And then also leads as well. Is there anywhere where you guys are using like outreach? I know you mentioned it earlier, but yeah, how are you guys using like AI for like outreach? I'd love to hear your stack on that.
Yeah, that's great. So I personally try that when I try doing it for my AI consulting agency. It didn't work for me. I don't think because of the AI not working, but because I didn't have my messaging right. So here's what I mean. So you can automate a process that is not working, but you're just going to do more volume of the things that are not working correctly. So if I send 100 messages, 100 emails, and my response rate is not even one person, right? I can send 5,000 and my response is going to be poor, right? So first, I need to address the issue of like having a good message and testing, A/B testing to make sure that, hey, an email that's actually getting a response is getting people interested. And then you actually go ahead and automate it. So I tried doing that. It didn't work for me, but not because of AI, but I think because of my own lack of skills when it comes to writing the right message.
Yeah, there's like so many other like opportunities, I feel like, just when it comes to like AI. Like there's literally like an abundance of it. What are some other like crazy ways you've seen companies like implement AI for their brands?
So in my AI consulting agency, I have just AI doing all the deliverables pretty much. I have seen basic mortgage companies that have automated the entire process. Well, I've done for them, automated the entire process of getting all of their customers' documents that they need in order to complete the delivery, which normally takes them a really long time because they have to just verify that it has the correct name, it has the correct address. And so essentially AI just verifies that the document that the client has sent has in fact correct information. If it's missing anything, it sends an email automatically that says, hey, this document, we can't accept it because it doesn't have the address that matches, the address that you gave us. So that's a good one. We had another client. So he services clients both in English and Dutch. And so this email agent would automatically receive the emails. It would draft the emails in the exact language that the client sent them in. It would check their CRM. It would check their courses that they had available. It would check all the information basically relevant, the WooCommerce order, to see all of the information relevant to that client. And it would draft a personalized response based on the exact situation that the client was going through. That was really good. A really cool one, honestly. Another one, we had a client just automate the entire real estate process, the entire process of also it included a lot of content creation. So it's just identifying the constraint. Like the problem is not, hey, can I build this? Because AI can literally build any solution for you. It's like, can you come up with the problem and the constraint that you need solved that AI can build for you?
Is it all through literally like Claude Code? Like that's how you're like building this, or?
Not the only, but I use it complementary with maybe a tool that's like a voice tool or like a tool to like publish automatically to 7 different platforms. But where I build the entire system, the entire agent, the entire automation, it is Claude Code. So
amazing.
If you learn Claude Code, you will build any solution that you need. I mean, again, AI is just a tool, right? Maybe the solution, like I said, when it comes to outreach, maybe the solution is not automating it or AI. The solution is A/B testing the message, right? So AI is a tool that allows us to build solutions, but maybe that's not the solution that your problem needs. But I'm pretty sure it can solve a lot of problems for businesses. I mean, it's solved
You're
for
like
my
literally
clients.
inspiring me. I have my checklist of what I need to work on for tomorrow Saturday when we're recording this, and like I'm gonna add stuff that are popping up in my mind, especially when it comes to the invoicing, because I hate having to do invoicing.
I hated calling people. Oh my god! I think that's what pushed me to get into AI, because I it was so uncomfortable. I just hated everything about calling people to ask for payments.
That's fair. I like it. So we have talked a lot about AI, and this has been super energizing. We've gotten through a whole lot of topic here, but if someone's listening right now, they're drowning in something that comes with ops. What's the exact order you tell them to build automations in, just based off everything?
Well, first, I need you to stop feeling overwhelmed about AI, because I feel like a lot of business owners, the reason why they don't move forward is because they have this limiting belief of hey, this is too technical for me. I can't learn this. This is too much. I have my clients telling me oh my God, you hold my hand throughout the entire process and I just feel so comfortable. I'm not overwhelmed anymore. So just know that all of the tools that you see out there, you don't need to learn or know about all those tools. You need to focus on one, learn one, and you can do pretty much everything with just one tool, right? They're all you're either using Anthropic, you're using OpenAI, you're using Gemini, right? But you're one of those tools, and just learn one and dive deep into it. My personal favorite one is definitely Anthropic and Claude Code. Once you do that, just knowing that you're going to break things, it's totally okay. You're going to get errors, you're going to fail, and that's part of expanding. That's part of learning a new skill. You can't learn a new skill unless you fail. I'll give you an example. I sucked at sales and I embarrassed myself through 10 different calls. I had no idea, how to do this. And the only way for me to learn is through getting past that moment of embarrassment and not knowing what to do. So just know that it's going to pass, and then just kind of start understanding what your business really looks like and where your constraints are, what is your bottleneck, and then just start thinking and talking to AI and hey, this is my problem. How should I solve it? What should I do? And just have that conversation. AI is the only technology that will teach you how to use it. So
I love it. So good. Well, cool. Let's dive into our fan blitz questions. This has been super energizing. Like I said, we have talked about a whole lot of AI topics. I feel super inspired. Like as you're talking, 5 things came up in my head. So love that. Cool. Let's jump into our fan blitz questions. These are questions submitted from our community. Listeners, if you want to join on world-class entrepreneurs, email us at podcast@upflip.com and get all of your questions submitted there. But Andrea, ready for our last 5 here?
Let's do it.
What's one task you automate that you secretly miss doing yourself?
No, honestly, nothing. I feel like the tasks that I automated are because I really didn't want to do them. Otherwise I would just keep doing them. Literally all I do is record, have sales calls, meet with my EA, and have podcasts. Those are the only 4 things that I spend my time doing. Oh, and having my weekly call with my clients, with my coach in my coaching program. I mean, that's the reason why I delegated it in the first place, because I didn't like doing that. I want to live a life of purpose and things that fulfill me.
Next one. What's one thing you would tell someone about boring businesses that nobody talks about?
Ooh, that it's way harder than it looks. Like, I remember when we acquired the landscaping company, and the reason why we acquired it is because we saw all these YouTube videos on how easy
Oh,
it was to
yeah.
acquire a landscaping company. It is way harder. Like, don't underestimate it. It is, you will have to learn new skills that you don't have.
So your husband runs the landscaping crew remotely now. What's one thing he still insists on doing in person?
So the one thing he does in person is still he needs to motivate the crew and just be there and just lead. You can't automate leadership. We tried doing that and we had our manager steal money from us. And yeah.
Yeah, you don't want that. Then very last one for you. If you had to give up either Jobber or Whisperflow tomorrow, which one would go?
Jobber or Whisperflow, which one would go? Jobber.
Okay. Why so?
Because I can build another Jobber on Claude Code, but Whisperflow, it has just speed up my life. Like, I just talk to my computer and I get things done a lot faster. So with Whisperflow, I can build myself another Jobber.
I love it. There you go. Well, cool, Andrea. Thank you so much for the time today. Appreciate this. Again, super energizing conversation about all the things AI. And I'm genuinely inspired to go build something tomorrow. If someone's like, oh my gosh, I need to learn more about her, where can they connect with you at?
Yeah, of course. Actually, I built a strategy based on your specific business stage where you will get the exact step by step on how to implement AI in your business. So if you just DM me the word stage 26, that's just one word on Instagram. My Instagram is Andrea Palacio, first name, last name. You just send that word and you're going to get my quiz so that you can get a fully personalized on how to start implementing it in AI. And then I post a bunch of just free content for you to learn and educate yourself on how to implement AI in your business.
Everyone, that was an amazing episode with Andrea. 3 quick takeaways for you. If you don't know where to start with AI, do a time audit and energy audit. Where's your time and energy going? Can we automate that? Start there. Number 2, she didn't directly say it in the podcast, but there's just so many opportunities for AI. We covered a few different scenarios and verticals you can actually cover. So I really like that conversation. There are just so many different opportunities. I'm actually so inspired to walk away from this. Number 3, I say it all the time in this podcast, but the difference between a wannabe-preneur and entrepreneur is that the entrepreneur took action. You need to take action on this. Go build something out. I think there are just so many opportunities for you to actually build something. Phenomenal episode with Andrea. If you guys are enjoying this podcast, please give us a 5-star rating wherever you get your podcast. It helps us get more amazing entrepreneurs like Andrea on the show. And we'll see you next Monday. You're the absolute best. Thank you so much for your time today.
Yeah. Thank you, Ryan.